What is going on, guys? In today's video, I'll be breaking down how I managed to save over $50,000 by the age of 20. Now, going through high school, going through college, I'm going to share the tips on how I saved so much money and also just give you guys a real breakdown of how I've earned this much money and how you can do the same thing to change your financial future and get started at a young age yourself. Let's get it. So guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. If we have not yet met, my name is Peter Roberts. I'm super grateful that you could tune in and watch this video here today. Before we get started, I'd love to just break down some proof. Here is a quick little slide of my current Robinhood investment brokerage account. I think before we jump into the logistics or how I was able to do it, I think some proof could go a long way. So around $30,000 I have currently invested in the stock market, aside from the savings account and other investments, just to give you guys a full understanding of how this actually is true and how I did it at such a young age. So we're going to dive into how I got there. So growing up, I always had the importance or understanding that I wanted to make money when I was younger. Just being a true entrepreneur at 8 years old, I was going out working as young as possible, going out with my dad, mowing lawns, doing as much side work with him. And then when the seasons came around, or when my mom would bring home stickers from the dollar store, guess what I would do? I would go out and start selling them with my brother. I'd be knocking on doors as young as I can remember and start selling them, flipping them for $1 a piece. People couldn't turn down an innocent smile. So I was making some money at a young age, and then I really understood this when the snow would fall, or this was such an opportunity for me to make some decent money. I was making $400 to $500 a snowstorm. Typically, my friends would go out and they would be all hyped to hit the slopes, go tubing, snowboarding, all that good stuff. And I was going out there shoveling, rallying troops, and just making really good money at a young age. And this is where it all kind of began. I started to stack some young money in my bedroom, and this is where I began to open my savings account. So it all started at the knack of just wanting to make money at a young age. When you don't come from much, when you don't have a lot of money to reflect on, or you see people that have new things, or you're always asking, how do they have such a nice at a young age? It gives you the motivation, it gives you the courage to want to go earn money to change your life. A quote that really stuck with me is that you can't feed someone who's already been fed. So when I was young, I was hungry, I was eager to make as much money, and it all paid out. So that's a little bit of the backstory, and that's how I got into this journey. I'm going to tell you guys how it all paid off and just be honest on how I was able to accumulate this money and also invest this money and just grow my wealth at a young age. So the first real financial decision that allowed me to save this money was to open my first checking and savings account at a young age, probably in middle school. I remember going to the bank, being excited, putting my first $500 in the bank. But this here was probably one of the most financially smart decisions I'm glad my parents led me to. Not only was I eager to watch that balance grow, not only was it fun going to the bank, but it was a challenge. I also had my brother who was doing the same thing. And I just felt like I was surrounded by a competition or just an eager way of thinking about savings money. So I got started saving as soon as possible. And then secondly, I got my first real job. I was doing a lot of side hustles at a young age, doing whatever I could. And then right out of my sophomore year, I started working at a restaurant. I was busboying and I was just grinding. And the thing is, I was making a lot of cash. I was working a lot of hours and I was making good money. So this really started my trajectory of getting this growth. I probably made around $5,000 in the 3 to 4 months I was working there, because I was working there 5 to 6 days a week after school and just really saving as much money as possible. So then in high school, I finally had the switch. I was tired of kind of being an employee. I had a few other jobs. I was working at the farm, I was working at Mike's, and just helping my friends out. But the thing is, I knew that I needed to get myself to a financial position where I can earn more income for my time. Rather than trading my time for money, I knew that I could start some type of business that would make me more money. So the business that I reflected on and went back to and learned so much about was the lawn care business. This right here was a big step for me. I started a lawn care company at the end of my senior year in high school. But the thing is, it didn't come easy. I was not making much money at first. My friends, my family were denying me, saying, hey, why are you doing this? You're making 20, 40 bucks a day. Like, how are you going to actually make a living off this? And this was a motivation for me, and this is where it all flipped. I was eventually getting more clients, getting more customers, putting in the effort, putting the hours, and I was making more money for myself. I wasn't letting a clock determine how much money I made. My first year, I probably made over $25,000 just going out there, cutting grass, doing small landscape jobs, cleanup, and just doing whatever it took to make money. I had some help, but I went out there full force, started a lawn care business, and this really changed my financial trajectory. But I'm going to share what I did when I hit college. This was probably the biggest decision that I made that allowed me to stack more wealth, that allowed me to get out of debt and just continue to grow my savings position, my investment position, and continue to just grow a business at the same time. So the college decision was probably the most crucial and the biggest financial decision that I had to make, and probably you have to make as well, and that was, should I go away to college or should I stay home? But for me, I had the business at home. I also tore my ACL, so I was just recovering. I couldn't play soccer, so I was just torn to go away to college, which all my friends were doing, or stay home and go to community college. But I'm so grateful looking back that I stayed at home and went to community college. For 2 years, I went to Anne Arundel Community College and just stayed at home. Worked is the thing, had low expenses. My semester after tuition and after my scholarships was around $500 a semester. This was incredible. I could drive there, my costs were low, but more importantly, I was making money after class. Instead of going out to the bars, instead of going out, meeting my friends, hanging out in their dorms, which the college students did and which I did for a year, I was able to just hang out, go back to my house, eat lunch, and just go straight to work. And this cycle played for 2 years. The second year, I was playing soccer, I was going to school, and then I was running the business. So after practice and after school, I was going from 5 to 7 or even 8 at night, mowing lawns, doing lawn cleanups, sending crews out there. And the thing is, this hustle, this grind really allowed me to understand that I have to be making sacrifices. If you want to save a lot of money, if you want to grow your wealth at a young age, you have to be doing things that people are not doing. And that's exactly what I did. It was long hours, it was sweat, it was grind, I was tired. But I'm so glad I was able to do it. And that sophomore year, I was able to hit that mark of $50,000, just having saved, have no debt, and just be financially free at a young age. Now, I had the goals of investing this money. I was still continuing to invest. I was still continuing to grow other type of assets, grow into my business. But the thing is, I had that cash, I was liquid, and I know that a lot of opportunity could come when I want to go buy a house, or when I want to take a new position on the stock market, or just have that wealth at a young age. But the thing is, I avoided debt at all costs. I think this is very important, and I just stayed financially smart, which allowed me to grow my investment and also savings account at a very young age. And I think that was the smartest financial decision I made at a young age. I didn't really see it because I felt like the fear of missing out. My mindset, my mentality wasn't where it is today, but I realized that I avoided debt at all costs. I didn't want to spend all this money to go to college when I can get it for cheaper. I also lowered my living expenses. I still have the current iPhone 8. It has 2 cameras, not 3. But the thing is, I just don't buy things that I don't need. And I think that came from like a lot of learning. There was habits early on in my life where I was always buying things, and I found myself not even using them, like the new Apple Watch I bought, and just things I would return or just continue to sell. And I'm going to touch on how I started to generate 2 sources of income at a young age, but also just lowering your expenses, living at home, not having a lot of bills, and just limiting how much you spend on clothes is just things that I incorporated in my life as early as possible, which allowed me to save around $500 to $1,000 a week just at a young age, because I was making money, I was doing well for myself, but I was saving so much more than I was even spending. And I think that's a fall that we can all kind of own up to, or a lot of people that we make the mistake is just spending more money than we make, or just pushing yourself to buy things that we really don't need. And I kind of eliminated that all out of my life as soon as possible, which paid off and allowed me to just grow my wealth and just grow that savings account, which was really important to me. And then lastly, I just found ways to make extra income when the seasons were slow. When I was in college, my last year in college, I was finding alternative ways to continue to make money. There's never really been a point in my time these last 4 to 5 years where I haven't made $1 a day. That was something that I've always had a goal of, whether if it's lawn mowing, whether it's helping other people with their businesses, or if it's selling on eBay. eBay itself was what kept me going over the winters, and when the slow months came, I was reselling online. When I was in college last semester, away at university, that's exactly how I paid for some of the things that I went to college for. It was going to thrift stores, going to flea markets, going to all these garage sales in the neighborhood, buying them at low cost, and then flipping them on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and then finding things on Amazon to resell. That strategy allowed me to just be continuatively intuitive, to learn how to make money on my own, continue to fend for myself, because I know that I had bills, and these bills need to be paid, and I need to make more than the bills so I can save money. So then I had 2 sources of income coming in at some points in my life. I had the lawn business going on, I had eBay, and then over the summer I was working at a financial service business as well as running a lawn business as well. So there's always been streams of income that's come in that allowed me to basically have that money come in, deploy it, save. I think that's super important. Just not sticking to one method, not sticking to one person's time clock, or just living around the clock. I think that's something we must avoid in order to grow wealth, because $12, $13 an hour can be great if you're just getting started. But if you want to grow a lot of money to be saved, if you want to start investing at a young age, you can truly do it, but find alternative ways to be creative to make an extra $200, $300, $400 a week, and you're going to see your wealth grow into something that I've always incorporated in my life, which truly really helped me grow my young financial picture. So at the end of this video, I just want to say, guys, $50,000-$60,000 at age 20. I'm currently 21. The growth has definitely changed, but the thing is, I just want to say that may be a lot of money, that may not be a lot of money. Just be proud of what you have. Just understand that whatever you have, or it's not about how much, it's about what you do with it or how you earn it. And truthfully, if you guys made it this far, I just want to say that all those dollars were personally earned for myself. A lot of people say, well, your parents probably, or your family, or you inherited. It's truly, it's out here grinding. I didn't come for much. I've always worked my tail off, and I think that you can do it too. So guys, no matter what you have, go out there, work hard, and big things are going to happen. So guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope it gave you a little more confidence on how you can start saving, or what you can do with your financial future. Go out there, save, make good habits, and you can change your financial future no matter how old you are. Start saving the money, lower your expenses, and big things are going to happen. Before we go, smash that thumbs up, give me that subscription if you have not. It would mean a lot. Looking to grow and hopefully inspire some more people to get started on their financial journey. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you in the next video. Again, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Take care. Love you. See ya. Bye.